Alright, y'all. I'm getting that they benefited from something that was not theirs, something that they stole from you. They built on it. They're profiting off of it. They're spreading it to others as if it was theirs. Not only that, but others are losing out on profit because they chose to steal this. Others could be investigated. They can be investigated because they chose to steal this. And now the karma's theirs. And now whatever they stole, if it can't be taken back because maybe they used it all up already, if it can't be taken back, they're gonna have to pay for it another way. It is return to sender time, okay? And you don't even have to lift a finger. Return to sender. Y'all, welcome back to the Tarot Tea Table, where we share the tea on what's going on with you and those around thee. With that, I am your host, Celerity Clarity, the Apoth Green, whichever you prefer. It honestly doesn't matter to me. Welcome back and thank you for joining me for another episode. Here it is, Tarot Tea Table 411. We've got the scoop on what the fuck is going on. Let's go ahead and get into tarot. Let me get the mantra going. But yeah, I'm getting whatever this person stole, it's going to have way more repercussions, way more reverb than they could even imagine. I feel like they didn't even think that far ahead. Like, they were just like focusing on Kairos, of which they were in the moment and feeling what they were feeling and decided to act upon it. There was no, premeditation, no thinking ahead. And I'm getting that even when they've already been questioned about this, I'm getting that maybe some of y'all have actually confronted this individual about what they stole. And, you may have even believed them at first, but y'all are getting confirmation that something else happened. So I'm getting that some of y'all could have confronted them. And you asked, like, okay, well, what did you do with this revenue? What did you do with that? Because if the product is no good anymore, we still have to list it within the system, like whether we destroy it or get rid of it, etc., etc., etc. There are certain precautions that need to come into play before that product is even touched. And I'm getting that this person knew better. Like, they knew. They're not stupid. They're not some, greenhorn. They know what they're doing. And so you asked them, what did you do with that product? And they told you that they followed procedure. Whatever the procedure is, whatever your standard of procedure is, they followed it. They're suggesting that there will not be any investigation because they followed it properly. That there's nothing to worry about because they followed procedure. They knew better. I'm getting that later on, though, because you had asked this person privately. And I'm getting later on, though, another individual came your way with that same product and offered you part of that product, saying like, hey, I got this from so-and-so. And alarms were going off in your noggin, but now the bell is ringing. I just heard Ring the Alarm by Beyoncé. I'll write that down. But y'all, ring ring the alarm by Beyoncé.
Good night, mother.
Y'all, like, someone came to you with that same product, they offered it to you. You took the product because if this is a company, you know this is going to turn into an investigation. So you took it to give to your higher up. You took it to give to the owner of the company. You took it to, maybe you are the owner. And, you know, it's like the person who offered it to you didn't know any better. But the person who they got it from, they knew better. And that is the principle. That's the principality here. Return to sender. All right. I cloak myself in a chiffon of pink. I ask my spirit guides, ancestors, deities, angels, and Mother Nature ground me in a protective glimmer so that I may think and so that I may shimmer. I am your oracle of the light and your seer in the dark. Please grant me that creative spark so that I may see through the confusion and the stark. I am you and you are me. Voice through me these messages you wish to speak, and blessed be. And so it would be like that sometimes. I'm getting like there is an investigation that is about to go underway, y'all. Like this is probably going to spiral a lot more than they thought it would. Like they didn't even think about it spiraling. They didn't think it would trace back to them because they didn't think that you would find out. But everything that is done in the dark always comes to light. And they flat out lied, and again, that's the bottom line. They lied to you. I get that, like, you know, right now, I feel like there is a transition, like an in-between period that you're in. And so you haven't necessarily been able to completely enforce things, especially if you want to. I feel like, again, there's just a major transition in between period of which everybody is essentially on the same level until a deal goes through. We've got 9 of Cups. We've got 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 6 of Cups, King of Cups in reverse, Page of Swords, and the Fool in reverse. Like this was so foolish. This was so foolish and childish. What this person is doing, like, let's go ahead and look at our main energy here because I cannot. So we've got 9 of Cups in reverse, we've got Strength, and we've got the 5 of Wands in reverse, and then the Moon in reverse behind it. I feel like there's even more going on that you're not privy to just yet, but you will find out given this investigation. I feel like, you know, if this is an area of work, this person, oh my gosh, like, good luck to them because a huge investigation is about to be underway. With the King of Cups in reverse, I especially feel like this person is specifically, they're not necessarily getting into the territory of King of Swords, right? But King of Cups in reverse can be someone who is emotionally manipulative. They can be someone who is, you know, they're not necessarily a completely terrible person, but they can escalate to the point of emotional abuse, of gaslighting, of being a piece of shit eventually. So I feel like this person has a lot to learn. And they are so caught up in their ego that they have no idea. And I feel like they also don't realize, like, I feel like they feel like they're getting away with murder. pretty much. That, like, all of this product or whatever it is that they stole from you, all of this stuff that they just got, all of this revenue, they can sell it if they want to on the side. They can keep it for themselves. Like, they will be sitting pretty. And that is exactly what they envisioned. They didn't see everything for what it was, though. And so we have the Ten of Pentacles out here in reverse. And, especially if they are, like, selling that product out to different spaces, that can be traced too. That can be traced too. And I feel like this person just, they feel like it was like taking candy from a baby. I feel like you are very kind. You're very understanding. Again, you can't necessarily enforce too many rules right now. I feel like there's like some sort of like, again, in between that you're in, of which you can't necessarily have much ground, again, to say anything. And so you're kind of in a consulting position. You're kind of in a situation of which you have to, especially with Strength and the Knight of Cups in reverse, and then the Moon in reverse and the Five of Wands in reverse, you have to ensure you don't let this battle that they are trying to pick with you ensue. You have to ensure to keep yourself in an emotional check. You have to ensure that you don't let them know that you're on to them until this investigation goes underway. This is going to take a lot of strength. And I feel like it's hard for you to be in this energy of concealing, I know what you did. It is. It's hard. I feel like a lot of us don't have a poker face, but some of you do. Some of you do. And that's why we have the Moon in reverse here and the Five of Wands in reverse and Strength. Because y'all do have that poker face, and you are going to be able to ride this out until the investigation goes underway, and then you'll be able to spill the beans. You'll be able to, this fool, you'll be able to tell exactly what this fool has been doing, because I'm getting that this is not the only thing. Okay, I feel like they could be, if this is an employee, they could be someone who takes random breaks, takes random days off, really, really, really takes advantage of time. And if they have a higher position, they take advantage of not having to clock in and they'll disappear. And I'm getting that other people are telling you about this because other people can sense exactly why you're there. Even if it hasn't been explicitly stated, they know why you're there. You're there to turn shit out. And when the deal goes through, y'all are essentially going to be running that shit. And I feel like there's a lot of ego that is coming into play, a lot of machismo energy, of which, like, a lot of, like, masculine energy that isn't necessarily emotionally mature and can easily be emotionally compromised. There we go. There's one. We have the World. Another chunk of cards. Okay, that's fine. So we have the World. We have Seven of Swords in reverse. Like, their strategy failed, friend. Like, they thought they were freaking smart and that they got one over. They legit thought that, like, they got one over on you. No, friend. Little do they know. Okay, Two of Cups in reverse, Ace of Wands, the Devil. For overall energy, we have the Sun, And it looks like the Ten of Wands in reverse. Wow. I feel like eventually they are going to feel like what they did was a burden, not necessarily because they feel bad, but because they will have to face consequences for their actions. Like, say this was an employee. This employee, like, they're more than likely going to get fired. You probably are not going to see them anymore. It's probably going to be adios for them. And I feel like everything that they have done in the dark, again, is now becoming burdensome because it's coming to light. And again, there are things that even I'm not picking up on, right? Because we have the devil out here. We had the moon in reverse in the last set. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands. Like, I am getting that this person, like, unless it benefits them in some way, unless it gets them what they want, they don't give a fuck.
No! This time I got bombs! This time they blew it over!
I feel like with the devil out here, like, this person has been doing this for a really long time. Like, again, if this is, like, you know, a place of employment, or this is, like, it could be family, like, if this is, like, a family business, but it doesn't necessarily feel that way. It feels like we're leaning more towards work right now. I'm getting that they have been on their bullshit for a while. And it's unraveling. And all of that sneakiness, all of that fucking bullshit that they've been doing, it's done with. It's over. It's finite. They don't even know what they're doing. That's why the Seven of Swords is in reverse. It's like they know that they're doing wrong, but they don't know how to do wrong the right way. Like, they were going to get caught eventually. If not by you, someone else. So please don't feel bad. It is them who is severing this tie. It is them who chose to play on your emotions, and, you know, not just yours, maybe even if this is, like, you know, a merging of businesses, maybe there was some canoodling going on that others might not know about. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but all I'm saying is they'll be losing out on that too. Because if this person finds out what they've been doing, good luck to them. I feel like everything is pretty self-explanatory. Oh, we got the moon in reverse again, y'all. The moon in reverse. The high priestess in reverse. Again, there are just some things that they've been doing that you don't even know about. And when you find out during this investigation, you're going to be like, holy shit. I'm glad they're not here anymore. Like, I didn't know they were doing that. And I feel like a lot of the questions about why there was missing revenue, not just from this situation. I'm getting that they've been doing this. Like, if something didn't sell, they would just take it home and they wouldn't, like, fix it in the system, none of that. And this company has been going under because of them. And that might even be why you're there. Because of this person. I feel like the whole picture is so much grander than we can all see right now. And as it unravels, it's going to be like, holy frick frack paddywhack. This person, like, might end up in prison. We got Ace of Coins in reverse again. Like, especially With the moon in reverse, the high priestess in reverse, and the ace of coins in reverse, you have no idea how much this person was taking. Because three of coins, again, I'm getting work. Seven of cups, five of wands. Because this person is really good with the seven of cups at manipulating people, at creating these delusions and illusions that they want to work with you, that they're not competition. But again, I felt that machismo energy heavy, that ego energy heavy, and I'm getting that, like, if you even come up in there and you have something to say, like, again, I feel like they have an inclination why you're there, but they don't know the full story. They know you're there to consult, but they don't know that you're going to be in charge soon. I feel like this has been just this long continuation. Like, it's crazy how this has been unraveling, this story. And I feel like there's just like so many different chapters that we're focusing on. Like yesterday, we focused on love. The day before that, we were focusing on probably the boss they were canoodling with. And now we're focusing on another problem, which is this person. I feel like anytime, again, you're there right now to get shit together, to help them get their shit together. That's why you're there. And I'm getting a little bit of confusion here because, you know, again, the ego comes into play and people are like trying to enlist competition with you instead of seeing that you're just there to help. Again, it's like that whole Gordon Ramsay and kitchen nightmares mentality. Like when he goes up in there and he was asked to come up in there. But when he goes up in there, he more often than not, receives so much pushback from the people in the kitchen, from the owner of the restaurant, from the serving staff, from, you know, a cook who doesn't want to change the menu. And it's just like, dude, come on. I feel like there's also some feminine energy here. And again, this could be that boss. I feel like she has no idea of why all of this money is going down the drain. And when she finds out, she's going to be like, holy shit. And this shit is just going to spiral out of control for the person who, you know, thought they were just stealing this one thing. But and in their eyes, it was just one thing, even though it was like, you know, probably like a whole freaking bucket full, a whole tote full, a whole cart full of that one thing. Let's see. I'm going to use cards from my mini tarot deck, and this is by Dennis Fairchild with illustrations by Julie Poshkis. Okay. Are there any more cards in there? Doesn't look like it. Looks like I got them all. Okay, cool.
Maybe something like I have protection, just need a lifeguard.
What about that emoji with the shock thing?
Or maybe flooded with emotion.
Just get emotion. Try Tuesdays are crazy.
You know, technically, you're not posting everything that happens.
The World, the Knight of Swords. Oops. I don't want to take all those. Sorry. I feel like they are also needing to learn this lesson of just not being this impulsive person and doing whatever the fuck they want. We have death at the bottom of the deck. We also have Nine of Cups reverse and the Moon reverse again. The Moon is just like, dude, like, I feel like this person just doesn't think. They just do. Like it's crazy. Like it feels like whatever they end up wanting in the moment, no matter like whether it's good for them or not, they're like, I'm gonna go after it and no one's gonna stop me and I'm going to get it by any means. I feel like that's also why we had seen the Five of Wands out here. But like whatever this person wants, like it's the whole I want it, I got it, but in the worst way possible. It's like, if this is like, I don't really get love vibes, but if this was love vibes, this is someone who's like, anyone who is paired up, I want their person. I don't want a single person. I want to be able to take from someone else because I need that ego stroke. This person doesn't even realize that there is this void within them that they're continuously trying to fill, and it's not going to be filled by this. Like, this isn't how you do it. There's a lot of emotions and a lot of darkness within them that they're refusing to confront, that they've been burying. I feel like if this is like a younger male employee and then like, maybe a female boss, I'm getting that like if they're not canoodling, then they're at least friends and they know, like he knows how to really pull on her heartstrings. And I typically say don't shit where you eat for a reason, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, for the most part, it's very rare that I'm like, yeah, go do that. Go see what happens with that coworker. Like, it's very rare that I will ever enlist that. Most of the time, I'm like, don't shit where you eat. I am getting that this person, like, nobody really sees them for who they are because some just don't know any better, right? Like, they haven't been trained. And others, like, they just, they don't care. They know better, but they don't care. Because I'm getting, it's not just this person who's, like, taking advantage of, like, time and all of that. It's like, at that point, you're wondering, like, what the fuck they are doing in the day. Like, what they are getting done. Is work even getting done? Like, Three of Pentacles. There might be three others out here who you had, or excuse me, two others out here who you had no idea were just little heathens too. This isn't right. This isn't right. I give you guys props though, because if I was in this position, I would have so much trouble not being like, I know what you did. You know what I mean? Like, I would have so much trouble. Like, ugh. Y'all are carrying a heavy burden. You're carrying a heavy burden with all of this, and I commend you. What a wild reading. I don't think I've ever had anything like this before. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it kind of feels like things are at a standstill right now. And like, I kind of feel like some here are wondering what it is exactly that y'all need to be doing right now. How you need to respond to this. And so you're stuck in indecision with like, do I tell, because like, let's say, you have someone above you. You're like, do I tell so-and-so that I caught this person stealing and passing it out to everybody else? And this is how I found out because I got product from this person who honestly didn't even know any better. They're brand new. They don't know. They haven't been trained. But this other person, they do know. And I know they know better. Gosh. If it were me, if there was a higher up, I would tell. And I would be like, You know, if someone in the mix really didn't know, I'd make it a point to be like, this person, they don't know. Like, they are the one who gave me this, but they don't know.
Well, guess what?
However, I know the person who stole it knows better. That's how I would phrase it. But y'all do you. I usually do spreads. I don't often do like just like continuous pulls, but you know, it's been interesting going for, you know, tarot and whatnot after just like a small download. Rather than like going through downloads throughout the week and like having this hour-long list of downloads for you and then hour-long tarot following. Like, I hope this is a little more or a little less anticlimactic for y'all. Okay, Queen of Swords in reverse and the Star in reverse. Oh shit. Queen of Wands in reverse. The Lovers, true love. Get back in there. The Hermit. What's that? The Knight of Cups. And the Hermit. Okay. I'm getting that. This is going deep, y'all. I'm getting that if there is a womanly boss in the mix who is losing this company, right, and who, you know, might have to sell this company to you or to your boss or whatever company you're working for, what have you, I'm getting that she is way too busy focusing on herself and, of course, her company, but she doesn't know what she's doing. And she's not willing to admit she doesn't know what she's doing. She's not willing to really take a look in the mirror and see, like, what's going on. But she also doesn't know how to. And she's not willing to admit she doesn't know how to. I feel like if she really wanted to look, or if they really wanted to look, they could easily go onto their freaking program, whatever sort of program it is, and look at the inventory, because inventory should be taken like daily, maybe weekly. Go look at the inventory and you'll see exactly why you're losing out on money, lady. Like, she is so wrapped up in herself right now and her image and her reputation that if you even confront her with this, like, unless you have direct evidence, just hold off on that. Unless, like, the investigation is ensuing, like, right now, she doesn't want to hear it. She's in hermit mode, trying to focus on, you know, repairing herself and, like, repairing her image because she feels like a failure right now. Like, we don't have the Queen of Pentacles out here. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Star in reverse, and it's the mirror. If she looked in the mirror, she would see exactly what the fuck is going on, but it's easier to fall for the illusion than it is to look in the mirror and realize that sometimes our choices lead to this. She could easily ask for help and be like, I don't know how to use this program. I don't know why this and this and this is happening. Especially if that's why you're there. Especially if that's why you're there, to help with that. Because, like, what if, like, you don't even have to buy out the company? What if, like, you could just, like Gordon Ramsay, just save the company? I don't know. I feel like that's very far-fetched. I feel like the company's going to be bought out. Like, this is just too far gone. But it's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know how to feel, friend.
You feral or king?
The bear Number 50, the bear is a sign of successful speculations. Well, duh. We know that. Number 36, the cat.
Appreciate y'all's talent.
The cat indicates flattery if near number 6, foretells personal injury. If near 29 and 30, it denotes strife. Let's get a couple more. I want one more. Thank you. We have number 8, the scythe, in reverse. The scythe presages disappointment and when near the coffin, early death. Number 41, the roses. The roses indicate beauty and rugged health. Alright, what do we got here? We got for overall energy, the rider, number 14 in reverse. The rider is a sure sign of good news unless alongside 6, 8, 11, or 13. And 8 is out here. And then we have number 47, the bride. Number 47. That's in reverse as well. The bride ensures for a single person the fulfillment of their highest aims if distant, turbulent married life. Then we have number 43, the clouds. Lightning. Number 43, lightning denotes surprise, disagreeable, in accordance to distance. I feel like this person was really, especially if we're talking about the company owner, right? I feel like they were more so focused on the vanity that came with it, because it's possible that whatever this company was putting out there was very trendy. I was surprised to see today a short of this lady going to TJ Maxx and seeing a bunch of Stanley Cups on sale. That trend is over. So it's like, I'm not saying that this trend is over, but she was trying to follow the trend. And yes, it's easy to follow a trend, but to make a business out of it, that requires a lot of thinking. And there's a lot that goes into it, more so than just what it looks like and the outside. I feel like this person put a lot into aesthetics. I feel like this person, maybe they inherited the company through marriage, or maybe this was something they wanted. I was watching Kitchen Nightmares earlier today, and this chica, she was a nurse, and she was married to a doctor, and she quit her job, and this doctor bought her this restaurant because it's been her dream. But the restaurant is failing because she doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know how to run a business. She doesn't know how to cook. She doesn't know how to run a restaurant. It's failing. And as soon as Gordon Ramsay gets there, he's like, it's beautiful here. It's lovely. But once he starts getting the food served to him and tasting some of it, because most of it was inedible, but tasting some of it, he realizes quite quickly that things were mostly focused on aesthetics, on the beauty of it, on the trends, and not necessarily the actual aspect of, is this consumable? Will consumers be able to use this? Will they even want it? Will they even need it? I feel like with the scythe out here in reverse, especially with the rider being that, no good news. It's in reverse. There's not good news coming to them. We have the scythe in reverse. I am sorry, friends. These major cuts of people who this individual hired are happening now. I'm getting that. If it hasn't happened yet, people are getting fired. There are people on the team slowly getting fired, and people are scared. But it's if you're on your shit and you're actually here to work, you won't be fired.
Will this be the year
all my hard work pays off.
The bear is sign of successful speculation.
Will
Like-
this be the year I push the limits? Yet again. Will this be
Your
the
gut told you this.
year my type 2 diabetes
The alarm was raised when you first questioned this person and they lied to you.
about Monjaro?
And I also feel like this boss person, this CEO lady, or it doesn't matter. They just have feminine energy. But this boss person, they had an inclination too, but they chose not to listen to their gut. I feel like they are pretty close to this person who has been stealing from the company. In what way, I can't say for sure. Some of them are canoodling, some of them are just friends, some of them are family. There is some aspect of like slight nepotism here. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I personally am not against that sort of thing as long as it works fluidly, right? As long as everybody's actually there to work and not take advantage. But I feel like people are taking advantage and now the cuts are coming. I feel like it was very easy to flatter this boss lady and make her look the other way if she did have an inclination. It's very possible that she also knew and she just didn't care because she, again, didn't understand how the business worked. But at the same time, I feel like it's not necessarily her taking the hit unless she's single now. But as I was saying, there was the lady on Kitchen Nightmares whose husband bought her the restaurant. Maybe this boss inherited it through marriage. Okay. Maybe like she like told her husband, I don't want to do this anymore. I want this kind of shop and I want to run it. And him wanting to see her happy, not really thinking about it in the long run either, he was like, sure, let's invest in this for you. This shouldn't come as much of a surprise, but it will. It will be a surprise to her that she can't keep it. I feel like a lot of times individuals such as this, especially if they are used to they themselves manipulating people to get things like this, such as this business, they're not used to being told no. They're not used to people openly disagreeing with them. And I feel like that's very apparent too. I feel like with the Queen of Swords out here in reverse earlier, like if anybody disagrees with this individual, like good luck to them because their head is about to be served on a platter. Yeah, she may be like really pretty, but again, she's very focused on vanity and outside aesthetics, both when it comes to herself as well as her business. She's focused on the flattery aspects, and that's it. There's a big surprise coming. We saw the world, I don't know how many times we saw the moon in reverse. I don't know how many times, like, this is all coming to an end. We saw the scythe. It is what it is, mate. Ring the alarm. But wait until the investigation ensues. Definitely tell the person that you need to tell to get this shit rolling, but have strength in the sense that you don't tell them, I know what you did. All right, I'm gonna close it here. I will now close and exit this reading. Thank you for illuminating the path and for not retreating. Our session has now come to an end, and this advice I shall not bend. Please be safe on your path and keep me safe in the aftermath. Blessed be. And so it be like that sometimes. Y'all, this was a wild reading. I don't think I've ever had like something so strong as this. And I feel like, ooh, the Lovers in reverse. This company owner may be getting a divorce. You know, just due to all this shit going on. I feel like there's just gonna be all kinds of like crazy fucking secrets that are going to be revealed, of which, you know, some of them might not even be your business, but they're still going to be revealed to you. They're of the gossipy sort of who's sleeping with who, who's texting who. I don't give a shit about that kind of shit, but if you do, cool. I do want to bid you adieu. I think I'm gonna go relax and finish my coffee. I'm gonna have a dab. I'm gonna get ready for the day, and I hope y'all go out there and slay. Love you.